Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Greg. Hey, just wanted to bring you a quick video about United States All Fund USO. USO is the ticker symbol right here, right? So, right now, what do we know about USO? And what you see is going on my screen. Well, right now, we own 5 shares of USO. We got in at 22.42. Our market value is currently $188.40. Our cost was $112.10, right? Today's return was $4.30 or 2.34%, which was yesterday on Wednesday. And total return right now is $76.30 or a positive 68.06% return. It's our portfolio diversity is 3.93%, so it has a small little portion of our portfolio. And most people would say, man, why do you only have 5 shares? Well, this is what I would tell you. If you remember the past videos, you know that USO pre-market just started, guys, but you know the USO did a reverse split. So that means that I bought in at $2.24 when it had dropped down in price, and I also had 50 shares because they did like a 1 for 10 or 10 for 1 reverse split, something like that. So I got in pretty low. I bought 50 shares. I was really unsure of what was going on with USO at the time. But we bought 50 shares. Obviously, when they did the reverse split, it brought us down to 5 shares, right? So what I'm going to talk about real quick is what's going on with USO right now. So we're on a weekly chart because the daily chart just went blank because it hasn't started yet. Weekly chart, we're up $1.74 or a positive 4.84%. We go to the monthly chart, it shows us being up $4.45, positive 13.39%. 3-month chart, we're up $10.56, positive 38.94%. 1-year chart, you see that this thing is still down overall for the 1 year, which is negative $47.76 or negative 55.90% for the entire year. So we know that right around this area was the lowest point. It's not actually accurate, but we see this thing was down as low as 80%, maybe a little bit lower than that, obviously, because it's not as accurate as it should be, right? So we've gained back 30+% over time, and we can see that right around here at what the price is, $37.68, and we're making a little bit of money, right? Obviously, $76.30. We made just a little bit of money, right? But we're gonna move on over to our MSN money, and we're gonna take a look at the 5-year chart. So 5-year chart obviously is red because in 5-year time frame they've lost money, right? But what we want to point out right now is where our support and resistance is at. So first support and resistance will be right around this $30 area, right? Because if it dropped back down and it burst through 35, then we would go back down right or close to that 30 area, right? So actually, as of right now, first resistance is actually right around the $35 area. Second support, I'm sorry guys, second support will be right around the 25-30 range. So if we blow through 35, we're gonna hit close to probably around that $30 range. That would be our support area. So what will be our resistance? Resistance is right around $47. So that will be our next resistance area, and which means that we're at $37 right now. We got another $10 that we're possibly going to see in growth as we move up before we start seeing some type of resistance where it kind of trickles back down between, you know, the 35, 47, something around that range, right? So it's going to be basically a $10 area. And then at some point, we're going to blow through that $47 area. And then we can really look back here and say, hey, 66 is a resistance area right around here, 70. So I'm just going to give it $60, right around the $60 range, because the charts are not 100% accurate. We'll say $60 range. We're probably going to see another resistance area. So anywhere from 60 to probably about 70 and some change. And then once we blow through that area, we're going to start seeing resistance back in the 80s area before we get on back into the 80s and 90s and possibly 100s. How long is this going to take for the oil sector to recover? Who really knows? At this particular point, I believe that we will see that $47 range, you know, in the coming future, right? So I believe we're going to see that. sometime this year, maybe in the next 3 months or so. The way this particular fund is moving, we'll probably see it within 3 to 6 months, and then we'll probably see $60+ by the end of the year, and then we'll go into 2022. I believe 2022 is going to be a better year for the oil sector because they're still recovering, and we'll see those prices jump even further. So if it happens to push on into the $80, $90, $100 range this year, hey, I'll be extremely happy because I can go ahead and cash out. My current cash out for this particular fund is right around the $90 range. And I'll show you, actually that's wrong, but where we at? Maybe that was right. Yeah, so limit price, $90. So we're going to sell at $90. Whenever it hits that area, we'll come out with whatever we're going to come out with, and we'll go from there. So that's what I'm looking for. But in terms of percentage, you know that my percentage is going to be extremely high in terms of when we sell. In terms of funds, yeah, I may come out with maybe $400+ but investing $100 into something to come out $400+ is definitely a positive. So like I said, we went from 50 shares to 5 shares. It's all good. We're going to hold on to this position until we can get up into that $90 range. And if that means that we're going to hold this thing for another year or so, so be it. It's not a big deal. It's not something that I'm crying about, anything like that. So hopefully you guys learned something real quick about USO, that we know that this fund is going up in value, and that we believe at some point or another, we're going to hit, looking at the 5-year chart, that we're going to hit that $47 range at some point this year. And then we're probably going to start seeing resistance once again in that $60 range, on up into the 70s and the 80s, right? So we're going to start seeing some choppy waters around that time frame, around that range, right? So anyway, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your morning, and let's make some money. All right, bye.